Hello guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new stream. I have my cousin here. I don't know. I think he can't unmute. He's in mute, so my bad. So welcome back to a new stream.
Hi. Can you hear me good?
We're good. Okay, cool. Yeah. So we're back in a new stream. We are talking about the end times, pretty much, like current events, pretty much. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So where do we want to go specifically in the Bible?
I mean, I want to go to nowadays, like what's happening now and what's gonna happen, with the rapture and when Jesus returns.
Yeah.
So,
Where
so
there's like a specific section in scripture in Matthew, pretty sure, that talks about that.
yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I actually posted an Instagram post actually talking about that stuff, the end times, whatever. And
That's
there's like, yeah,
that's perfect
there,
for this episode.
yeah. I actually there's like it's technically a me, whatever, and it says there's like a family that's gathering for like a picnic or barbecue, whatever, and they're just gathering there together and outside, no mask, and they're just like they're hanging out, and they're just outside like doing their thing, and there's a guy who has a mask, and he's inside. He's like those darn extremists. And I'm like sign of the times. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. When you know that people are going crazy, that's when you know.
Yeah.
That's when you know that there's the end times, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty
So
cool.
the people that are watching right now, uh, you guys can actually open the Bible with us, and you can actually comment whatever. Or if you're watching this before this was live, you can comment on the video and just say something. You can also DM Joel on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And
Yeah.
if you guys want me to come back, whatever, for another video,
Leave a
you can
like
tell.
or comment below. Yeah.
Yeah, you could leave a like or tell Joel, I kind of like this kid, bring him back and whatnot, So like
Right.
that would be awesome.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna go specifically to this chapter, Matthew chapter 12. It's not talking about it specifically, but it is talking about like how people are these days. So like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually on the book you gave me, Joel, the small one.
Okay, JV.
Okay, Divi, what?
KJV.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to chapter 12 in Matthew. And it says, "At that time, are you ready? Are you there?"
Yeah.
Okay. So it says, "At that time, Jesus went on the seventh day to the corn, and his disciples were 100, and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day. Which, by the way, Sabbath day, that is no longer for believers. That's no longer required because we're already holy. God is as when we become saved, we already become holy, not because of our works or because we did, because of what Jesus did, and because since we believe in Jesus and what He did, not like His his sacrifice already covers our sins. So yeah, so it's no longer required, obviously. So where was I? In where was I? Verse 2. But he said unto them, have ye not read that what David did? What he was hungered, and that they were with him. How he entered into the house of God and did not eat, and did eat the shew bread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for him which were with him, but only for the priest. Or have ye not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless? But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. If ye have known what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice. Ye would not have condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath. And when he was departed thence he went into the synagogue, and behold, there was a man which had his hand withered, and they asked him, saying, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath days? That they might accuse him. And he said unto them, what man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep, and if it falls into a pit on the Sabbath day, will he not lay hold on it and lift it out? How much is a man better than a sheep? For wherefore it is lawful to do well on Sabbath days. Then saith he to the men, stretch forth thine hand, and he stretcheth it forth, and it was restored whole, like as the other. Then the Pharisees went out and held a council against him, how he might destroy him. They might destroy him. Sorry, but when Jesus knew it, he withdrew himself from thence, and great multitudes followed him, and he healed them all. Charged them that they should not make him known, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah. I think it's Isaiah the prophet. I think that's yeah. Saying, behold, my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall show judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not strive nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench, till he send forth judgment unto victory. Did you leave? Did you leave?
Hello?
Are you still there? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay. Cool. um. Okay. And his name shall the Gentiles trust. Then was brought unto him one possessed with a devil, blind and dumb, and he healed him so much that the blind and dumb both spake and saw. And all the people were amazed and said, is this not the son of David? But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, this fellow does not cast out devils. This fellow does not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, Beelzebub, the prince of the devils. And Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And if by Beelzebub, I think that's how you pronounce it, Beelzebub, cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God is come unto you. Or else how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. He that is not with me is against me. He that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. Wherefore I say unto you, all manner of sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men, but the blasphemy against the Holy Spirit should not be forgiven unto men. And whosoever speaketh a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him. But whosoever speaketh against the Holy Spirit, it shall not be forgiven him, neither in this world, neither in the world to come. Either make the tree good and his fruit good, or else make the tree corrupt and his fruit corrupt. For the tree is unknown by his fruit. O generation of vipers, how can ye be being evil speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks, which is very true. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure bringeth forth evil things. But I say unto you that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give an account therefore in the day of judgment. Wow, it's an amazing chapter. It's a long chapter, but the amazing chapter. So yeah. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to you, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The man of Nineveh shall rise in judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it, because they repented at preaching of Jonas, and behold, a greater than Jonas is here. The queen of the south shall rise up in the judgment with the generation, and shall condemn it, for she came from the uttermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. And behold, a greater than Solomon is here. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I'll return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth empty, swept and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in. Sorry, I'm reading this from my the other side of my like I have my microphone on my desk. I'm reading on my bed. Sorry. Uh, so what was I? And then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother, which is true. Amen. And that's the chapter. Anyway, the one that really speaks to me is when I always go to this chapter. I always read the Gospels or whatever. Is seeking a sign. So yeah. So where it says where was it? It was I forgot where it was now. Oh, right here. Verse Verse 38. So then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. So, amen. And then there's that verse prior to it, which is, O generation of vipers, how can ye being evil speak good things, for out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. And that is literally the world. The world will become, people will become, their hearts will grow cold. Their hearts will wax colder and colder. And it says
Yeah.
it will be like the as of the days of Noah, right? So like
Yeah.
the wickedness shall abound, wickedness shall increase. That's what it's pretty much saying. Like blasphemy and like all kinds of evil things will happen. That's
No,
pretty
I
much
can
what he's
see.
saying.
I could see it getting evil and evil and evil and evil. The
Yeah,
more the time goes by,
yeah.
the it's like young kids are are knowing more than adults, if it makes sense. You know,
What do you mean?
like okay, so like basically, like you're saying, like it's getting colder and colder and colder. You know, there's like cyberbullying, bullying all over the world, right?
Well, that's been always like that. Bullying has been,
I Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
but it's getting worse at this time, right?
yeah,
So like,
yeah.
at this time, you know, no one has mercy. No one has. Everyone's cold, basically.
Yeah,
Everyone just do something just
yeah.
because, for two reasons, just to act cool or just because something's
People
wrong
have,
with their
yeah.
life. So
People have no
there's,
mercy. Yeah, they have no compassion or mercy. Yeah.
I mean,
Um.
it's understandable, and I feel like the closer it comes, the more the longer the shorter the time that God or Jesus is gonna return. You know.
Yeah. There. Sorry, my dog is like sleeping and she's like making noise.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
can, yeah, I can hear.
Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. So like bullying. Yeah, people will like literally, like, for example, high schoolers, like, they're immature, whatever. But people will like bully a certain person, and then they will bully that person until that person will want to kill himself or like commit suicide or whatever.
I
Which is,
mean, in my school,
yeah.
in my school, there's over two suicides. That's
Wow.
cause of bullying, and
Yeah.
funniest thing, well, not
And co
funniest, but
Yeah, and like that pandemic thing, like it makes it worse.
yeah, and those two people that passed away was with the same principal, and the principal excuse was, "Oh, it's not in school," you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it's the school or it's the principal, and they're not gonna do anything about it because again, the time goes, the colder they're gonna get, and the more they're gonna care less.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It is it's gonna become like the Daily Noah, exactly. Um where it's like it says in Noah, their hearts, their thoughts were continually evil. They were always thinking about evil, committing sin, committing murder, committing adultery, whatever it was. They're
It doesn't.
continuously evil. Continually,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, I mean, it could be tortures, murder. No
Yeah.
matter what, the evilest thing you can ever do or think of, that's what they're doing basically. And nowadays, and I feel like it's just crazy, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Um I forgot what I wanted to go to another verse and I do not find it. But let me see.
Um,
Okay, so I found it. It's Matthew 24. Pretty sure. Yeah, it is. Pretty sure. All right. Yeah. So let me actually put the Bible in my hand because it's on my bed. All right. Or whatever. Oh, okay. Um. All right. Let's start in verse 3. Let's start. Okay, so it's gonna be Matthew 24, chapter 24, verse 3. Are you there?
yeah, Matthew 24 verse 3.
Yep. Um. Oh, you wanted to talk about the mark of the beast? Okay, we'll talk about that like after this.
Okay.
All right. All right. So you there
Yeah, I'm
in
at
the verse?
Matthew 20. Alright, here. Matthew 23,
No, 24.
verse 24.
Yeah, chapter 24, verse 3.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Go.
All right. Cool. And then okay, so verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came upon him privately, saying, "Tell us when shall these things be?" So he's the disciples are asking Jesus, "Tell us when the end times will start, or when they will begin, or when they'll be." So pretty much that's what they're asking Jesus, because Jesus knows all things, obviously, because he's obviously 100% man, 100% God. Like he's both. So obviously he knows the future. Like he knows, all that stuff. So he knows the hearts of man, whatever. Um. So okay, so cool. And when shall be the sign of thy coming in the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye may be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. For that, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. It's talking about like also like
Oh,
pandemics and all that
so
stuff.
so so okay, so basically it's talking about wars, world war, uh,
Yeah, it was actually
pandemic,
yeah, yeah,
earthquakes, and like it's funny because, I mean, there was earthquake. I remember in 2020 there was a big earthquake, and it shook everything. I don't know where it was. It's probably
yeah,
Mexico, but there was lots of earthquakes. Pandemic, and recently we got the COVID-19
yeah.
situation.
That stuff. Yeah.
Um,
Um.
and hold on, sorry. And we're also having the Russia and Poland invasion.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
there's actually rumors of World War III actually. So yeah,
exactly, yeah. There's
so rumors of
rumors.
wars. Yeah,
So there's rumor of World War III, and if that happens, then we're gonna expect God in the middle of the fight or whatever. It's
yeah, and
crazy.
there's also a lot of division within America, especially blacks versus
Uh,
whites or whatever, like that kind of stuff. Like yeah.
I mean, I know there's a fight with
And that's actually
Korea.
part of the agenda. It's part of the New World Order agenda, actually. So yeah.
I mean, yeah.
All right. So let's continue. All these things are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, again, iniquity shall abound. That's what I was talking about earlier. And the love of many shall wax cold. Exactly what I was talking about. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So pretty much what it's kind of saying is that yes, all is gonna happen, like all this kind of wars and rumors of wars or whatever. But also we need to like this is the importance of preaching the gospel, because we need to preach the gospel to all the nations, like whoever hasn't heard of the gospel, like we need to preach it to them. And then once the gospel preaches the whole entire world, this is where like it pretty much says like this is where he comes back. So yeah. Yeah, so it says, in this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, then shall the end come. When he therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso read, let him understand. That let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetops not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him. This is talking about like the end times, pretty much. like
Mhm.
the end of the world, whatever. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, but there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. That if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show. This is very true, though. There's a lot of people, people proclaiming to be Christians who are talking about prophecy whenever, and they're pretty much false prophet, because a lot of stuff that they say doesn't come to pass. So, like, very true. So,
Mhm.
the other one I was talking about was Marcus. I think the last drive stream we were talking about is Marcus Rogers. So, like, I don't know if you were. I think you were there. Um, do you remember into that?
On your last live stream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
yeah,
was there.
yeah. There's a lot of people who proclaim to be prophets, or like, that they know what God is saying to them, or like the Holy Spirit is speaking to them. Like, but a lot of things that they say that is prophecy, they proclaim as prophecy, like, doesn't come to pass. It's false prophets. Um. So yeah. It shall show that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass, I think it's carcass, is, there will be eagles. Yeah, carcass. There will be eagles that be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun be darkened, darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from the heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven in power and great glory, with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn the parable of the fig tree when his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves. Ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this. Actually, by the way, when he says "verily I say unto you," this is very important. It means this is very important. It's like a phrase he's saying
Oh,
that's very important.
yeah. Yeah, I know.
Uh, yeah. So verily, it's like saying, like, pay attention to what I'm saying here. You know. So verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man. This is what I'm saying. People prophesying that, Jesus coming back this year, whatever. Like, people have been saying that for like years, and it has never come to pass. For example, people have said, like, "Oh, or Jesus coming back like 2012 or whatever, or Jesus coming back 2016 or whatever, or 2023 or whatever." Like, it's false. Like, no one knows. No one actually knows the day or hour. Not even
I
the
mean,
sun.
yeah, that's true. And I know a lot of people be getting full there's people be saying, "Oh, I had a dream that Jesus is gonna come." Uh this and that. And to be honest, everyone, if someone says that, it's gonna be like 1%, like it's gonna be fake. It's gonna be fake. Everyone's gonna say, "Oh, I had a dream," or "I had a vision," or "God told me," or "I saw a video."
Right.
Especially on those videos, I know, like, young kids on like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
True.
It's always gonna be a Christian video, or a Christian something, like referencing Jesus Christ and
Right.
saying about the end times. And again, it's gonna be fake. It's gonna be fake until it happens. No one knows, not even God, not even the angels of heaven. Like, no one knows, not even Jesus.
Right.
Don't
Exactly.
um
Yeah, actually, I've seen like a TikTok video of a young. I think women saying that in order to be saved, you need to preach the gospel. That's like false. That's a false gospel. Like that's not true.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. To be saved, you need to trust in what Jesus did on the cross. That's it. Like what his blood you shed. That's it. Believe in that, and you'll be saved. Like not just saying it, but knowing it and believing it and trusting what he did. Um, and yeah.
I I mean,
So
sorry, but
yeah,
there's a lot of again, there's a lot of TikToks of fake oh my god, I was gonna say
yeah. A lot of people put works. Right.
they're gonna do anything just to get your guys' attention or
Yeah,
views
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Sure.
And to be honest, believe it or not, there's actually people that just use God for clickbait, like for views and
Clickbait or
followers
clout. Yeah, exactly,
or clout.
exactly.
Yeah, clout. But if you're not sure with a question, ask your priester, ask like a really good
Pastor.
pastor, ask anyone that believes in God that let's say Joel, you ask him and your question is gonna be there.
True. Yeah, a lot of like the for example, TikTok here that I was talking about, like they're adding works. They're talking about that gospel. They're adding works to it though. They're adding putting on works, and that's works fixation. Pretty much is, and it's a false gospel. So yeah. Let's continue. Where was I? Um, where was I? Where was I? Okay. So yeah. So verse 37, but as of the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Exactly. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage unto the day that Noah, or I don't know why they say, I don't know, they're like spelling it in like Noe or whatever. I'm like, I don't know why they're spelling it like that, whatever. That entered into the ark, and until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field; the one shall be taken, the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill; one shall be taken, the other left. Actually, it's talking about the rapture. This is talking about the rapture. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So this is talking about the rapture, pretty much. Um. So yeah, verse 4. Yeah. So then shall two be in the field; the one shall be taken, the other left. Two women shall be grinding in the mill; well, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what the hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known and what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore, be also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Who, sorry, who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom this his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Really I say unto you, again, really I say unto you. So there you go. Really I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. But in if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink in with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in the day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. There you go. Amen. And then that is literally what he's talking about, like the end times coming, all that stuff, like the rapture and all that stuff. Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's crazy because like the
I,
closer.
I, I can't.
Oh, can you hear me? Sorry, can you hear me?
Okay, good. Yeah, it's better.
Oh, sorry. I feel like it's crazy because the closer the end comes, this is gonna be crazy in amount. And plus, that's the mark of the beast. If you guys don't know, Joe, you want to talk about it?
Well, sure. I mean, I kind of already talked about it like in other live streams or whatever. Like the coming of uh, the the way the mark of the beast is going to happen is through technology. It's because of technology. Yeah, the computer. Obviously, I have like whatever, like iPhone, whatever, all that stuff. Like, and I help come here and preach the gospel to you guys. But through technology, is how with the market is going to happen. Um, and they've already have said that. I actually did a video on this. I actually did a video on this, and I don't know if are gonna have time to watch it because you said only 50 minutes, and it's like 37 minutes we've been on
40
live,
minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes. So like
almost 40 minutes.
20 minutes left.
So I don't know if you. I mean, it's very short, but like I done this video on this where this guy was like I think a designer and engineer who actually was working on he was hired to work on the Mark of the Beast, and he said that Mark of the Beast pretty much will be like a thing that will be accepted by everyone. Literally, it will be accepted by everyone. It's just like kind of like celebrities who like promote like a perfume or like a brand or whatever, like whatever random like like Calvin Klein or whatever random thing or whatever random company, whatever like that. They're pretty much gonna like promote that and like use that and say, hey, look at this, come buy this or come get not buy, come get this or whatever. It's like so cool, the next big thing or whatever, like that. So we have credit cards now. We have like Apple Pay, like that's from the phone or whatever. But soon, because you put your phone literally on the whatever what do you call it, the pin pad, whatever thing, you put your phone right on top of that, and it gets it like immediately, 1 second, and instead of your phone, it's gonna be your hand. It literally is gonna be your hand.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that people don't believe that it's gonna be like an RFID chip. I do believe that. I do absolutely believe it's gonna be an RFID chip. People don't believe it's gonna be like a real thing. It's gonna be like spiritual thing or whatever. No, I believe it's actually 100% like the real thing. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think it's gonna be. No, I do think it's gonna be the same thing. I mean, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Also, for me, it's just not even talking, so I just wanted to know. But yeah, I think it's gonna be something big. I think everyone's gonna have it. You know.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's gonna be accepted, but I mean, if you look at, I think people have done like videos on Metaverse, which is like the Facebook thing
Oh
going on,
yeah, yeah.
and then the
Mark
holograms and
Zuckerberg.
that stuff, and then yeah,
Mark,
like the holograms, all that
I
stuff,
was,
and the virtual reality like thing.
I
Yeah,
wanna I actually wanna buy an Oculus Quest and go
you
see
you
the
mean an
Mark.
Oculus?
Yeah, it's Oculus Quest. I don't even know about Oculus. And
Yeah.
I wanna get the
Uh,
meta and see how it is. You know, because I know a lot of it was a big thing. I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's the beginning of the future, this and that." It's like
What
Mark.
that's what I'm saying, like the next big thing or whatever, like the
Yeah,
next
I
big
know. Yeah,
technological advance or whatever, advancement, whatever you want to call it. Just like
yeah.
virtual reality or like some random new technological advancement, like this new next big thing. And that leads to like, for example, Bitcoin or whatever, or cryptocurrency, whatever. That is
Or
leading literally
NFTs,
that
NFTs.
that is leading the way. Yeah, that is leading the way to the mark of the beast. That literally is. It literally is like that kind of stuff.
And
People
yeah,
also
and
think that. Yeah, and I told you right. I told you that people think that the whatever the jab whatever do you want to call it, that is the mark of the beast. I don't believe that. I don't think that's true. But
the jab.
whatever, the jab. You know what I mean? Jab, the bakes.
uh, Bake.
You
I
know
don't
what I
know.
mean?
I don't know what you're
Just so
talking
you
about.
can the bakes instead of saying the VAX.
Oh,
That's a code word, you
I
know what
get
I
it. Yeah, I know.
mean? Just so YouTube won't like, all
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
The bakes. The whatever you want to call it. The jab. Jabby
yeah.
jab.
It's a jabby jab.
Jabby jab. Yeah, so some people think that that's a mark of the beast. I don't think so. I don't believe that, but like whatever. Yeah. So yeah, that is all leading the way to the mark of the beast, pretty much.
But
So
Joe, but what do you think the end, like how the ending will happen? You know?
I mean, it says in the Bible, just like Jesus said, it will be like that. People, their hearts will become colder and colder and colder. wickedness, evilness, sin will increase more and more and more. People become, there's serial killers out there, like there's like the guy Ted Bundy, or like even when that that case, you remember Selena, whatever her name was. She was a singer,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
Texan singer, whatever. She sang in Spanish. She was a Mexican American singer, and she got shot, like cold blooded shot, and then she died. And it was all because this woman became jealous of her. Like she was jealous because she had the stardom and she had money, whatever, and like she was famous, pretty much. She was very well known. She was very loved by people, like by fans or whatever. And so she was shot because she was like that woman, that middle aged woman, was like jealous of her or whatever. So like pretty much that, because of jealousy, hatred or whatever, that will grow colder, and people will come cold and colder and colder. It's like it's gonna get worse and worse.
It's gonna get worse and worse. It's gonna
Yeah.
and like cause I'm 14 right now. So like in the future, so let's say if I get kids around like 30s around, I don't know. But when I
Yeah.
get kids, right, they're gonna get colder and colder. Then their kids
Well,
gonna get colder and colder.
if
But
you don't educate them, yeah, exactly.
well, obviously, if you don't educate them about Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, which I am,
Right.
but for the other ones that don't, they're gonna get colder and colder and colder, and that's gonna be becoming cyberbullying, bullying,
Yeah.
murder, maybe killing
Um.
someone's,
Yeah.
maybe this could, maybe killing someone's gonna be like nothing, I mean, nowadays, like I feel like there's more death than how it was like 3 billion years ago, I'm probably like super, I'm probably, but I really do think it's gonna get darker, colder.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna get scared of everything, and then that's when Jesus returns. Hopefully Jesus returns sooner or later. I mean, I'm hoping another 3 or 4 years. But there's also
Well, we don't know. We don't know when he's gonna come back. That's the
yeah,
thing.
but there's also a YouTube channel. I don't know the channel's name, but it was Christian channel, and it's basically like predicting when Jesus is gonna return. And apparently, they're saying every 6,000 or 2,000 years, it's gonna be something new and closer to Jesus. So they counted around 12, 12 times two thousands, I believe. So like 4 times 2,000. So like the math is gonna be like, so 12 multiply 2,000.
Right. So I found this. Oh, hold on one second. I found this
That's gonna be
video.
it's gonna be 24,000. So to every and 24,000. So we're gonna like pick one core our last 1,000. That's when Jesus is gonna return. So I feel like I don't know.
I don't know about that. I mean, we don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We don't know. I'm gonna show you this quickly. This thing. With Selena, because I don't know. I mean, you know her obviously because we're
Yeah.
Mexican. Like obviously we know her. She was a singer. And obviously like who what was the verse? What's your profit to gain the whole world and lose your own soul and something like that. So also, but I want to mention that she was a Jehovah's Witness, and that is a false doctrine to the max. Um, so she was her father and her. They both believed that. Well, they believed in that. They were Jehovah's Witnesses. But let me actually quickly like show you what I mean. So like, yeah. Let me see. That's not the video I'm looking for. Yeah, never mind. I think you know what I mean though. Yeah, right. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. I
so
know what you mean.
hold on a second. Man. And anyway, let me skip to that topic. Because I was actually gonna show you also the other video about the Mark of the Beast or whatever, that kind of stuff. I was gonna I mentioned this video in the video, like I did this video like two years ago, and I'll link it like down below in the description or whatever. But I want to share this because I'm not gonna show the whole thing, just a little bit, because you're gonna leave. So yeah. One second. Right here. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, cool.
Oh, I saw that video.
You did? Okay, cool. So yeah.
That I'm not a
Watch
medical
half of it because
doctor.
we only have like 2 minutes left.
Okay, I'm gonna do it quickly.
Okay.
I'm an engineer, and so my part
So yeah, again, he was an engineer for this thing.
of it was designing the microchip, not interfacing it to the nervous system and this type of thing. But byproducts that came from that were other microchips that began being used in places like Chino Prison. Instead of an lesion in the brain, they were using a microchip for sex offenders and child molesters. Now, folks,
Whoa, that's crazy.
these things, this was a progression of things that happened. And as it moved along, the chips became more sophisticated, and at one point they determined that we can't use a flat chip that has to be surgically implanted. This won't work. We got into designing cylindrical architecture, got into designing stacked strata, and building a cylindrical chip. This microchip, in fact, my wife has got one in her purse. It's going to be difficult to pass it around to everybody in here. In some meetings we can do that. Here it would be a little difficult. But this microchip, very small, fits through an eye of a hypodermic needle. Now, right here in Spokane, or in Sacramento, you have been exposed to this in pets and this type of thing. We've been using it for brands. We've been using it for all kinds of things. There's a group called InfoPet down in Los Angeles that claims they can keep track of 1 billion pets to within 10 feet of where they're at. And so these things are here. The reason we're here and sharing with you tonight is that these things are real, folks. And we're moving to the positive identification of the microchip. I'm going to kind of bunch some things together here, but one of the things that happened was we went out, we spent $1.5 million doing some research on places to put the microchip. We had determined this chip has 250,000 components, a little lithium battery built into it, and a charge.
So pretty much the battery, pretty much. So I'm gonna stop it there. I know that you have to go, so I'll let you go. I'm actually gonna continue a little bit here, and then I'm gonna stop that
Okay.
stream. So.
Okay. Hold on. Before I want to go. Okay. By the way, before I say anything, just
Yeah.
know the chip was known. Like the chip was a thing before.
What do you mean?
The day when Jesus was born. So even Jesus thought about it. He told about everyone about it. So
Well,
this thing is not new. Basically, it's new to the world. But if it makes sense,
right.
it's
But Jesus already
us
knew about this. Yeah,
Us
exactly. Yeah.
us Christians. It's not new. You know, we expected it. We were looking forward.
Well, sure,
But
sure. Yeah.
for the rest, it's not. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
show you a tick. We have only like 2 more minutes, all right? But I'm gonna show you this one TikTok video. This girl named Chip Girl here, and if you guys don't know, it's a girl, right, that has a chip in his hand, and basically she's basically telling you what's about and everything. So she has tons of clips. I have like never seen her. I only see her on my For You page when I'm on TikTok, and
Mhm.
I'm barely on it. But here's, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I know, but like that's what life has been coming up to. If I can.
Okay. Got it.
All right. So, I'm fixing. I'm kind of fixing this. Okay. So, right here. You guys see it?
Yeah.
Chip in her hand, used as a key to unlock our house.
Oh.
And the answer to
Wow.
this question is yes, you can. This
Is that a ring?
can do the exact same thing as a
Oh
chip.
wow. That's
Some
crazy.
So
of the rings-
basically, all right. So
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
yeah. So basically, it can be a ring. It can be basically anything. You can put it on your phone. You can put a ring. But
wow.
what's really gonna happen? What everyone's thinking of, again, is the hand or the middle of the forehead.
Can even hold information like website. Yes, it's really cool. But I can still lose this. Same with the necklace. Or any type
Yeah,
of
really
jewelry.
cool.
So I still want to get the other chip.
Let me accept it.
Chips girl here.
Yeah, hold on.
My hand's a URL and a key. It's chip girl.
All right. So she can.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Chip
accepted
girl
everywhere.
here. Yes, the girl with an RFID chip in her hand that's used as a key to unlock things
You
around
can
our
see it
house.
right
I
there.
really want to get another chip. And let me tell you why.
that's crazy.
So right now the chip in my hand can only do certain things, like be used as a key. But this one can do so much more. It holds more information. Like a website. Like TikTok.
Oh,
So
sorry.
if you're out and about, someone asks for your contact. All they have to do is take their phone and put it up to your hand. It will literally pull up the website.
Jeez.
Chip Guy's trying to talk me out of it because it only works with new phones. But after last weekend, I just really want to get it. So he made me this. It's the same.
Wait, sorry. So
Yeah, it's
there's-
gonna be accepted everywhere, pretty much. Yeah.
mean, and
She's
this
like,
gonna
it's
be-
really
it's gonna
cool.
be-
It's really cool.
it's gonna be everywhere, and I believe she did have her.
And you guys keep asking me for a list of
more.
my favorite things. So I'm going to show you all the techie things that I.
But
It's Chip Girl here.
oh, you can see it right there. I don't know.
It's Chip Girl here. And you guys
There.
keep asking me for a list of
I hope.
Girl here. And you really want to tell me that this is useless. Let me show you. Okay, our door is currently locked. Look at it. There's nothing on my hand. It's the chip. It literally opens
He probably
our
becomes so
doors.
lazy nowadays. Like, you don't even want to open the door.
Exactly. I
Put
mean,
their
that's
hand.
that's now a society.
They're becoming lazier and lazier just because, like, you literally wave your hand, like one wave of a hand, and they open the like the door.
Exactly.
Like, it's
I don't.
crazy. Like,
I don't know if there's like good videos,
that's insane. Yeah.
but
Yeah, everyone's gonna think it's like so cool, like this and that. Like that's like I said, it's like new, like the next big thing, like new technological advancement. I can't talk. I'm sorry.
yeah. I mean,
Anyway.
I'm looking for I'm looking for more better ones.
Yeah.
But like I remember there was a day she just told everyone about it, and she was getting hate saying, "Oh, you're going to hell, this and that, like I doesn't love you, blah blah blah." Or, you know, some things. And to be honest, as Christians, I don't think we should talk like that. I'm sorry, I can't speak right now. But I'm saying that as Christians, we shouldn't be talking about that, saying, "Oh, God doesn't love you," this and that. I mean, like, God's gonna forgive anybody, any someone.
Anyone
You
who
know,
comes to Christ. Yeah.
exactly, everyone that comes to Christ. Thank you. But so I didn't say anything. I just said like that's kind of wrong, you know. But if I
I
can
just
find
saw a
out,
video. I just saw a video right now on YouTube. It says Sweden sees microchip implant revolution. Yeah, it's gonna be accepted everywhere. Like, literally what's happening is that the elite, the government is already starting to indoctrinate people with this. Like, starting to
I mean, it's
people.
gonna be everywhere. I mean, you
Yeah, they're getting people
no
ready for
matter
this.
what,
Yeah,
no matter what, as hard as you think, like whatever, it's gonna be everywhere. I mean,
yeah.
it could be, it could, you can literally like, you don't even know. To be honest, that's the craziest part. You don't know who has it, right? You can't just go to the mall and expect someone to already have it or don't have it.
Yeah, and if you don't have it, it's gonna be like that vaccine. If you don't have it, like, oh, you're not cool. You're not cool.
Yeah,
Like, I don't want to be
no, no,
hanging out with you. Like, whatever.
no. If you don't have it, it's also gonna. I remember there was one time she said that it has her wallet, right, or like credit card information, stuff like that. So she could just tap it and it's done. You know. It's like Apple Pay, but like better, faster, I guess. Okay, last one video that we have to go. If that's okay, Joe.
Like, go ahead.
Give me my phone.
Is this one?
Give me my phone.
Oh,
Are you kidding me? Amber, look, my hand's a key.
So
okay,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry. Can you replay that? I didn't fully get that. Okay, there you go. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I got chipped today, and it freaking hurt.
That's insane.
Oh my gosh, my hand's a key. Are you kidding me? Amber,
Jeez.
look, my hand's a key.
Yeah, that's insane.
Chipped today. You know what? I'm so freaking
that's now.
That's insane. Yeah. It's gonna be accepted everywhere. Like, there's no one person that's not gonna be like, oh, this is so cool.
It's gonna be the new credit card. Everyone's gonna use it. Everyone's
Yeah.
I was gonna say one more thing. As life goes on, it's gonna be new things and things that God's gonna accept and God's not gonna accept. You know, like you're just gonna have to accept it the more you go on
I,
as a
yeah.
Christian.
I'm gonna play this video that I played like 3 years ago or like 4 years ago. That is literally about this, and I literally put this on my channel, and I want you guys to watch this. Like, I know you're gonna leave, but it's like a kind of like a 3-minute video or 4-minute video. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, 1 second. All right, 1 second. Oh wait, I don't think it's this one, but let me see. Oh yeah, it's right here. Never mind. All right. Yeah, this one. All right, cool. Let me show you this. 1 second. Cool.
So like it's gonna be everywhere. I mean,
Yeah, it is. All right, let's play it.
So many economists believe the future will be cash free. You're already seeing it from everywhere you go, whether it's your baseball game or your local deli. Now, Sweden is getting there even faster than anyone else. According to the New York Times report, the fifth of the country, it doesn't even use ATMs anymore. And 4,000 Swedes, now get this, have microchips implanted in their hands.
Yeah.
So they can pay for products with just a wave of their
Sweden.
hand. Makes the Apple Watch kind of look obsolete. So on top of that, many Swedish companies are asking their employees to get implants to pass through access points and to pay for conveniences. Now the red
and
flag.
the craziest part, like,
so
look, this is the news. You know?
Yeah.
It's the
And,
news.
yeah. And actually, by the way, that Apple Watch and the earpods, they're like a waste of money. They really are. They're just a complete waste of money.
I can't talk about it because I actually got both. But I got them as a Christmas gift. So
This
I
is
mean,
bad. Yeah.
it's
I've had before. I've had like the Apple Watch, and I'm like, this is a waste of money. Like, I don't need this. Like, blah blah blah. I never had earpods. Like, I first of all, it's a waste of money. Like, you easily lose them. So like, yeah.
I mean, like I had mine for like over a year now, and like I'd be losing them, but I'll find them. You know, I'll actually like it's crazy because like I'll lose it and I'll go like crazy looking everywhere where it is. You know.
It's kind of like it's kind of like the iPod. Remember, like the iPod.
Yeah,
I
the
had an
little
iPod,
iPod,
and it gets easily lost. And it costs like $200.
I know. The little iPads. I remember I
Yeah.
had one, but it wasn't the screen. You know, there was one with the screen.
Mhm.
I just had like the bottom piece. I don't know why I had that, but I had that. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
lost it. I don't even know where it is.
All right. Let me continue playing this.
for our red flags, we have to turn to legal media analyst Lionel. Lionel, thanks for joining us on this. I know you've got some red flags, and I feel like I'm reading out of the book of Revelation, possibly. So, what concerns come to you arise from humans microchipping themselves?
This is the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
This is listen.
Yup.
No. Let me tell you
It
something. I
is.
mean, I'm no biblical scholar here, but it's amazing the parallels made.
Yup.
Now listen.
Mhm.
Let's get down to brass tacks. Would you not you? I wish they'd stop with this. They go, we're going cashless. We've been cashless. Where's this cash?
Credit
To
card.
buy a house with cash or a car.
Credit.
We've got
Yeah.
this. I don't even have, I got a couple of bucks. We've been cashless. But that's not the issue. One of these days, these kids, I think you call them millennials
That's me.
or something. They're going to take these little tiny
Not me.
RFID, radio frequency identification chips, about the size of a grain
Oh no!
of
Look,
rice.
pause it real quick.
And
Pause it
they're
real
going to
quick.
be
Yeah.
You see how the guy in the blue shirt has I just got chipped.
I got chips. Yeah.
Go back a little bit so you can see his clothes, his shirt. So it's basically I got the vaccine sticker, but this one is a shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
crazy. I mean, this is crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Exactly. It's just like
to
he
be
said,
honest, I
like the
feel like if someone
parallels.
wear this, you're gonna look stupid. At my age, you're gonna look so stupid. I mean, like, take that shirt right now, or like you're stupid for the rest of your life.
It's like the Facebook profile frame, whatever. It's like I just got vaccinated. I'm like, I don't care. Like I
Exactly.
don't.
Like yes, no one cares you got vaccinated. I mean,
Yeah.
I was forced to get vaccinated. I did not want to get vaccinated, and I had to, so I did get my vaccine. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't get it. Like at this point, I wouldn't get
Yeah.
it. And plus,
Anyway,
there's after effects, and like what like my question is, what's the after effect if you put it on, or if is there an after effect?
actually, in the Bible it says that they will get sores like on their skin, on their body. They're gonna get sores. Like that's how they when after they make a microchip, like they're gonna get like things on their skin, and it's gonna be like bad.
I mean,
And also consider that the microchip will get overheated or overload, whatever. Consider that too. Like it's gonna burn your skin off. Like it's gonna burn your
I mean,
skin.
yeah. Oh my God.
Consider that
Like
too.
imagine that little thing. Let's say,
It's like the
let's
phone. Yeah.
let's say it explodes or something, inside
Yeah.
your hand, like no more hand. So
Exactly.
like
Exactly. It's like the phone. Like yeah.
there's risk. There's gonna be risk. There's gonna be
Yeah.
risk.
Health risks. Exactly. Like radiation.
Um,
Exactly. Yeah. Especially.
and especially the new ones. I mean, if you don't get it, if they're not out right now, then
When they're coming out. Yeah.
exactly. No. Like everyone knows the new. If you get it right now at this time, it's always gonna break. In the future, it's not. So like, what happens if you get it right now? What's gonna happen like in the future? You get it or no?
I mean, it's gonna be. I kept it everywhere. It's gonna be like praise. Like pretty much like, oh look at it. It's like it's so cool. Like the next big thing. Kind of like the vaccine. Like oh like let's get the vaccine. Let's get like all that
I
stuff.
mean, yeah. All I know, I remember the vaccine came up. Trump did not want when Trump was the president.
Oh
He did
yeah.
not want to put the
He didn't use a
vaccine.
mask.
No, he didn't want to use the vaccine.
Oh yeah, true. I think
Okay,
I
keep on
remember
the
it.
video because we've been on this live stream for an hour now.
Radio frequency identification chip about the size of a grain of rice. And they're going to be cool, Scotty.
Exactly.
Oh, they're going to be waiting
You're
in
gonna think it's so cool.
line
Exactly.
overnight to get implanted. And they're going to
It's like the Apple phone, like the new Apple phone. Remember? Like
Yeah,
you can
no,
wait in line
like
for that.
every Apple releases a song and
Yeah.
product, there's gonna be a line out of the Apple store.
Yeah, Apple Store.
say, look
There's
at this.
always.
I can go to the
Release date.
drugstore. I can go to a cab. Isn't it great? How cool am I? Look, I've got this little embedded chip. And they'll say they have medical records. And you're going to do that to grandma and grandpa in case, God forbid, they have some kind of dementia they're walking off. I mean, after all,
Consider radiation too with 5G also.
we have it in our dogs, right? It's like OnStar for human beings.
Oh, I know
But
they have
here's
it
the
on their
catch.
dogs.
One of these days, God forbid, Scotty, you defy, they find you guilty of something. And you go before a court. And they say, we're going to sentence you to prison. No. We're going to turn your chip off.
It's like a limbo mode or whatever.
And you don't exist. Everything. In fact, people are going to notice that when you walk up, they're going to say, who is this?
He has no identity. Yeah, he will have no identity.
You're not registered. You say, it's me. What do you mean, who is this? No, you're not showing up on this. You don't exist. If you think I'm kidding, this is Elba. This is like some type of a prison. And people are
Dystopian world. Yeah.
going to be one of these days enslaved by this chip that will replace you.
Now, wait a minute. First of all, no chip can replace you.
Yes, it does. It can.
It
Let me
does.
just point that out. No,
It's funny.
chip can
It's funny.
replace
Look,
me.
hey, pause real quick. The lady in the left right now
Yeah.
thinks this guy is crazy, but as Christians, we know what she's
right,
saying. No, be
exactly.
dead serious. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
understand, right?
Yeah. Because people
As
think we're
Christian,
crazy talking about this.
we,
Yeah.
we understand. We understand this guy. This guy can be. You can call him crazy, whatever. But us Christians, we understand. We all
Yeah.
we
I
all,
believe him.
we
Absolutely.
all
Yeah.
agree with him.
100%.
I mean, he's right. This chips will
Yep.
control us at a certain point. If it doesn't look like it, it's gonna happen. I mean, who said it's never gonna happen and it actually does happen? Like,
Right.
And this
Right.
lady over here thinks, I swear to God, this sorry, but this girl thinks this guy's crazy, and he's gonna think, oh, it's not gonna be like that.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be money, and that's all this and that. Like, no, it's gonna
Yeah.
control us. It's gonna control our life. That little
It's
thing's
gonna
gonna
be
be our
like
slave.
right. It's gonna be like when they put that chip in you, you're the product. You're literally the product. You're the product. Literally.
It's crazy. It's crazy how you think it, but I mean, it's true. It's true. I mean,
Yeah.
it's true.
But
You're telling me.
we can talk about the sci-fi sense, but I also want to talk about the responsibility aspect of it. My mother used to say, if you can't hold on to a $20 bill, then you don't even need to be able to spend it. You're not responsible enough to spend it. I'm worried, are they going to sell this basis on the fact that, hey, guess kids lose their money all the time? You won't ever have to be responsible
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, think
again
about, hold
for
on,
yourself.
sorry. Age limit. I mean, I know you can put on a baby, obviously, but like teenagers, let's say 15, 14,
Well,
whatever.
consider the vaccines. They have it from like what 5 years old to like 12 or
12,
something.
12 to up. Now they have it 5 and
Yeah,
5 and up.
5 and up. Yeah. So consider with the vaccine, or not vaccine. Consider with the market as well.
I
Probably the
mean,
same thing.
I don't know, cause all I know is it's gonna be a shot. You know, I remember back when the vaccine, everyone was gonna say, oh, it's gonna be the mark of the beast. It's gonna be the mark of the beast, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
scientists will say, oh no, it's not. It's just a liquid, blah blah blah. But and everyone still had their like, what's the liquid? Like, what's the liquid? If it's drugs or is it?
It's
Am I gonna
chemicals
get
pretty
addicted?
much.
Yeah, basically, am I gonna get addicted? Right. But it's gonna be the same thing with with the chip. I mean,
Yeah, true.
what's gonna happen? I mean, am I gonna, how you
Yeah.
call it? Is this safe for my kids? Is this safe for
Right.
my dad?
Right.
My father's like 30 years old, 50, no, 30, like 80 years old. You know, or
Right.
can they take it? But I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it, really.
Yeah, true.
You know, it automatically comes to you. Is that how they're going to try to sell
Scotty?
this? What?
Scotty, what's that thing you have on your wrist?
Oh,
What
I
is that?
said I've got
The
my
thing that
Apple
looks
Watch.
like a watch.
Oh, it tracks me.
You know what that is? That's a surveillance unit. That's a surveillance unit. This is transhumanism.
Yep.
The
It is.
RFID chip.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And how many times have you used that? Have you used the iPhone wallet? Hey, I got this. Isn't this great?
It's convenient,
And you're
though.
responsible. Yeah, you.
Convenience is that's a positive, though. We can't always
Not
say
positive.
all technology isn't a
Positive.
negative.
Not positive.
Positive.
It's positive. You know,
Let me tell you something. When something is free,
You're the product. Exactly.
This is what happens. You see, we're going
Exactly.
around and I don't want to scare you, but we've lost all sense of freedom. We're walking around here enslaved in this 24/7 worldview panoptic.
Yeah, exactly. Enslaved in this digital world. Exactly. The
I mean,
Matrix.
exactly.
You are
Sorry,
walking.
but think about that metaverse. I mean, Zug
Mark
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
I just forgot his name. Sorry,
Mark
but
Zuckerberg.
he made the metaverse. I mean,
Yeah, virtual reality. Yeah.
it's gonna be crazy. I mean, like with the metaverse, and then plus the VR,
Hmm.
digital like NFTs, etc. Things that's like based on the internet, you getting money on the internet, whatever. It's crazy, especially on this Apple Watch. A mini little thing can actually track you, and if you, not a lot of people, oh, they could track me, whatever. It's a
Yeah,
joke,
it's like
whatever.
yeah, exactly the phone
Eh,
location. Yeah.
I mean, let's hope, like, God forbid, right? Let's say I'm getting chased by a cop, whatever, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna
Knock on
track
wood.
your phone. They're gonna track your
Right.
AirPods, your phone, your watch, and you're gonna have to destroy. That's why I don't really. That's how I view technology. I don't really trust it. I mean, on my camera,
It's
I
like
have
it's
a.
convenient. It's convenient. It's quick and easy, but like it's not positive
Oh
or it
yeah,
doesn't
no,
benefit you.
it is quick and easy. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's like saying, Joe, give me $10. Okay, what's your? You have Apple Pay. You
it's
have
like
Cash App,
Venmo
whatever.
or like PayPal, whatever. Yeah,
Exactly. You have Cash App. You have Apple Pay, whatever. I mean, that those things is easy, right?
yeah,
I mean, I can give you that, but like tracking, uh,
right.
especially to
There's pros and cons.
there's pros and cons. There's a lot of pros and cons. I mean, I see more cons than pros though. Like internet, like TikTok, people, I see people saying, "Oh, I'm addicted to TikTok," and acting like it's a flex or something. Or I've been on TikTok more than 5 hours or 100 hours a day, this and that, and people just say, "Oh, that's a flex." Oh, I have more than you. And for me, I feel like, wow, that like that's kind of embarrassing. I mean, like, I think that's embarrassing for you. And yes, I'm also addicted to social media, but I can actually see myself improving. I'm actually not been on it like for a long time. I'm usually like reading comic books. I mean, I just read comic books. I mean, you
Reading.
get to
Yeah,
enjoy. Joe knows every comic books a lot, but I mean, and I also watch videos, but like that's a different. I mean, it depends on life, and I also listen to podcasts and music, so that's different.
Yeah. Anyway.
Around with a surveillance device on your wrist.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
And I've got this stupid thing too. I'm walking around with
Well,
it.
you know what? I don't know if I
Yeah,
want to be
exactly.
surveil your life 24/7. Mine's not exciting, but you know what? I know that we will have you back on to continue this conversation.
It's like the Google and Alexa. Like the Google, like they literally. I
Oh yeah,
just said
like
Google.
which one's what?
Yeah,
Like
I
which
literally
one's
just
what?
said Google, and they heard me. Literally, I have a Google Home, and I said Google, and they literally heard me. I'm like, what the heck? So like the Google thing, like the robot thing, like this thing. It's like that. Like
No, they're
that's a
hearing like
surveillance unit.
no, they're hearing everything you say. And
Yeah,
they send it to the
exactly.
government.
And that goes to your account, like the YouTube, like the Google website, whatever. When you literally you search for something, they
I
literally
feel like
send it to your
everything.
phone.
I feel like everything, every social media, everything is it's all together to one big thing, basically called the
Yeah,
internet,
one
like
big
one big thing,
yeah,
one facility, like one thing can
a
change
big
the
one
other
big
thing.
network, yeah, pretty much.
But I really think all that like internet, whatever, is controlled by the Illuminati. I mean,
The government,
your
pretty much,
phone,
yeah.
the government, yeah, the
Elite.
government. The government's controlled the Illuminati. Illuminati is the government. If you guys don't know that, right?
Well, not entirely, yeah, I guess. I
I mean,
mean,
that's what I say. I mean, everyone has different. Oh, Illuminati is a separate thing. Or like
yeah.
the government is looking for the Illuminati. Well,
Although the government is controlled, so like, yeah.
it's controlled by the Illuminati, or the Illuminati controls the government. If that makes sense. Um, but we don't know. We don't know. Unless Illuminati can
I
be
mean,
anything, to be honest.
in some part, yes, because there's NASA, there's CIA, there's FBI, there's all that stuff. So I don't know.
I mean, we don't know. We really don't know.
Thanks for joining us.
Please.
You
This is
got it.
very serious stuff.
It is.
Anyway, that was video. You can leave if you would like to, but I think that was a video for that.
Are you gonna keep going on the live stream?
It's up to you. I don't know if you have to go.
I mean, you're gonna start live stream for 3 hours.
Not 3 hours, but like maybe like another half hour or something like that.
That's a lot, Joe. For yourself. Let's just finish this. I mean, you can start a new one another day.
What do you mean? I don't understand. I was just talking about the other stuff, but whatever.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna go then.
Okay, that's fine. I was gonna talk about something else.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. All right, guys. So yeah, he had to go. Sorry. I was actually gonna talk about something about what actually I was mentioning was what was her name? Selena, because we were talking about like scripture and whatever. That I was gonna talk about because that is actually something I haven't like gone through, and so yeah, I don't know. I mean, this whole thing with her, like, I mean, I discovered I'm saying like several months ago that she was like actually was witness whatever, and yeah, so I mean, a lot of them, literally a lot of them, a lot of today's a lot of artists that were in the mainstream media, like Prince and Michael Jackson, a lot of them were in what's it called? The whole Jehovah's Witness, that kind of assemblies or whatever. What's it called? I even forgot. Kingdom of Horror, I don't know, whatever you call it. Jehovah's Witnesses, pretty much. They were like Prince, Michael Jackson, Selena, whatever. They were pretty much them, and so what I want to go through is I can't find the video though. Like I'm actually I'm gonna play this video. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but literally, this is what I'm talking about here with the Bible. Like people will become like, their hearts will become colder and colder, and then wickedness drill bound. This is what I'm talking about. Like this, it's an example of the things that are happening today in this world. So I'm gonna play this video. And so yeah, let me see. So again, this person was very like the person that killed Selena. She was very unstable, like mentally, she was unstable. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. Anyway, here we go. So this is a very old video, by the way. So like, yeah, she was like killed in the 90s, whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this one.
35-year-old Yolanda Saldivar is beginning a life behind bars. 2 months ago, a jury found her guilty of first-degree murder of Mexican-American singing sensation Selena. She was given a light sentence, that's 30 years before a chance of parole. Saldivar will spend those years in a Texas women's prison under heavy guard, isolated from other inmates who may want revenge against her. She never testified during her trial, but Saldivar agreed to tell us her side of the story. We hope to make some sense of a killing that has wounded and bewildered Selena's family and fans.
They have made me out to be a monster. I just want to say, I did not kill Selena. It was an accident.
Again, she was very unstable. So like here, she's like obviously lying. Obviously, I don't know. Yeah, this is bad. She's like saying like I'm not a monster. Like I'm not a killer. I did not kill Selena. She obviously did so.
And my conscience is clear.
Selena was only 23 when she died at the hands of Saldivar. She was a Grammy-winning, undisputed queen of Tahoe music. A lively mix of European sounds and Mexican salsa that was rapidly crossing into the mainstream because of Selena's popularity. The spirited young singer began her career as a child, performing in the family band formed by her father, himself a singer in his...
And they both were like the whole family were literally Jehovah's Witnesses. Literally is, and then they obviously that doctrine is obviously false. So yeah.
You. Selena's flashy style and powerful vocals lifted her
I just realized this. There's like the pentagram shaped thing. Wow, that's crazy.
family out of poverty. In the last year of her life, she was a millionaire who was on the verge of a crossover career. And Yolanda Saldivar thought so too. She
So
sought
yeah,
out
this is the woman that killed her. Pretty much, this is the woman that killed her. She was pretty much very jealous of her success or whatever. So like, yeah, like that. This is how people become like. Yeah.
Selena in 1991 in the family's hometown of Corpus Christi, offering to form a fan club. Soon, she was always at the singer's side, even quitting her nursing job to work full-time for Selena and run her new boutique business.
She was like a cuddling bear, teddy bear, that she would allow you to love her. I told her that I loved her like a daughter. And she goes, you know, I give you that right. She would call me mom on the phone.
She called you mom?
Yeah, she says, hi, mom, how you doing?
Selena's parents
She has a mom. She had a mom. She's like, oh, whatever. But this is how like serial killers are like pretty delusional, whatever.
questioned whether their daughter called Saldivar mom, but says she was close to the family until early this year.
Again, guys, they're Jehovah's Witnesses, so yeah.
That's when Abraham Quintanilla, Selena's father and business manager, says he discovered forged checks and other evidence that Saldivar was embezzling money from both the fan club and the boutiques. In March, both he and Selena confronted Saldivar.
My last words with her was that I was going to go to the police to see what we could do, to charge her with something. She was stealing money. And this triggered the woman.
That day, March 9th, he says Saldivar left town with Selena's business record.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she was like literally like a narcissist or whatever. Cause like, yeah.
4 days later, she bought a gun. On March 31st, Saldivar returned to Corpus Christi and asked Selena to meet her at the Days Inn motel. She told her to come alone. The two women argued, and suddenly there was a gunshot. An injured and hysterical Selena raced from the motel room to the lobby, where she collapsed.
And that shot caused Selena to bleed to death as she was running toward the lobby. She just bled to death.
Prosecutor Carlos Valdez pieced together a motive.
The defendant had wrapped up her whole life around Selena Quintanilla Perez. Her whole world was walking out the door, and she wouldn't stand for it, so she shot her.
Let's keep her alive and enjoy her music.
The grief-stricken Mexican-American community mourned Selena as an idolized daughter or sister.
Again, a lot of people like make her out to be an idol. Obviously, this is like really, really bad. Obviously, because it's like a lot of these pop singers are like just singers, I guess, because she crossed over into the English music industry or whatever, and she did like three or four songs in English and like whatever. But a lot of people made her out to become an idol, pretty much, like kind of like Beyonce, I guess. It's like we know Beyonce is like literally a sellout, whatever. And she's like has this her alter ego or whatever, just all that stuff. But people made her out to be an idol, and people still idolize her, and like that's really, really bad. So like, yeah.
Thousands turned out for a candlelight vigil, saying goodbye to a shining young role model who never forgot her roots.
The one thing no one disputes is what ultimately happened.
Again, that cross thing, that Catholic cross, that's not good.
Here at the Days Inn in room 158, it was Yolanda Saldivar who fired the single gunshot that killed the young singer. But why the shooting happened is still the subject of intense speculation weeks after the jury's conviction. The prosecution contends it was a case of cold-blooded murder committed by an obsessed fan out for revenge. But Saldivar insists it was all a tragic accident, a story she still stands by today.
What happened that morning when Selena arrived? Did she say she wanted to fire you?
Never. She never told me that.
She's obviously lying.
I was telling her to leave. And I said, it's over, Selena. It's over. I can't work for you no more. I can't work for you no more. She went down. She grabbed my feet and told me not to leave her. And I picked her up and I told her, just leave. And I grabbed the gun, put it in my head. I pulled the thing back. And I said, if you don't leave, I'm going to do it, Selena. And she got up and she says, Mom, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. I'm going to close the door. And when she was walking to the...
Yeah, she's a very... Serial killers are a very unstable person. Like, this is not a serial killer, but she was a very obsessed like person and like jealous person, pretty much. So like, I don't know.
Door.
Yeah.
She was going at an angle. And I told her, don't close the door. And in that instant, the gun went off.
Okay, so why if you said if you don't leave, I'm gonna kill myself, and you're like, don't close the door, like how that makes no sense. Like, don't close the door, like how if she's leaving, like you just told her to leave, like that makes no sense.
But why didn't it hit you?
Because I was pointing to the door and it just went.
Did you know she was hit?
No, I did not know.
There was blood along the door seal.
I didn't even look at the door.
But there was blood all over the room. How could you not see it?
Again, she's lying.
The pictures that I see, they're dots.
Saldivar left the blood-spattered room and headed to her car,
I'm
the neck
that's
gun to
very
her
funny.
head,
Yeah, I'm not gonna-
negotiating into the night before finally giving herself up. Many people have wondered that if you were really trying to kill yourself, why didn't you commit suicide when you were in the car all those 9.5 hours?
There were many things going through my mind. I could hear her in my mind telling me, stay behind. Stay behind. I hear her tell me, you don't commit suicide because I'll never see you in heaven.
Jurors didn't believe Saldivar. It took
Yeah, I would believe her.
them less than 3 hours to convict her. Prosecutor Valdez insists there was no evidence of an accidental shooting.
This was a simple case of cold-blooded murder. There was
Exactly.
an intent involved, and she did exactly what she set out to do.
Despite all the evidence against her, Saldivar gives a strikingly different account of the shooting and the weeks that led up to it. contradicting witnesses and the Quintanilla family.
Did you steal any money from Selena's business?
No, ma'am. Not ever.
Can you tell
She's obviously
me
lying.
if you were angry, frustrated?
No, I was never angry. I was never frustrated.
Quintanilla, now living with the silence of his daughter's empty recording studio, says his documents prove that Saldivar embezzled more than $100,000
Jeez, that is a lot of money.
from Selena. He also says he was increasingly bothered by Saldivar's possessiveness toward his daughter.
And I did start noticing an obsession with Selena. In my opinion, she was living a life through Selena.
Yeah, she wanted to become Selena. Literally, I'm pretty sure she wanted to become Selena. That's how obsessed and like jealous like envious she was of her.
Here you have a person that's nowhere in life. Right before she killed Selena, I found out that she was stalking Selena by phone.
Jeez.
There were allegations that you were in love with her.
And that's not true either. And if people think that Selena and I had a lesbian relationship,
Jeez.
you're not a fan of Selena.
Why did you decide you needed a gun?
Wow, this is crazy. This is like how, like, this is literally serial killer mentality here. Like, stalkerish, like that kind of stuff.
It was after threats had been made against my life.
Who threatened you?
Her father.
Abraham Quintanilla threatened you.
Yes.
Quintanilla insists he never threatened Saldivar. He's convinced that she bought the gun to kill Selena.
She saw me.
Yeah, because how else are you gonna have a gun in your purse and like to defend yourself? Like, who? Nah. No.
Me as the person who initiated this, and she saw me as the enemy. How much more could she hurt us than killing Selena?
Is there any way Selena or her family could have seen this kind of a death coming?
No,
No tips, no clues.
no.
Forensic psychologist Dr. Reed Malloy.
Okay, anyway, that is it. I'm gonna stop it there. I'm not gonna do anything else. I think that is it for today. It was a pretty good stream, guys. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, that was like really, yeah. Again, they were like Jehovah's Witnesses. They were not Christians. They were like, Selena was, again, very famous. She was very well known, all that stuff. So yeah. But that happened. And like that person, like, was, again, she was very, very like envious and like jealous of her and whatever. That is like, that kind of reminds me of scripture here, like wickedness shall abound. Like people's hearts will become colder and colder. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys. That is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream.